while. We just recently hit 3,000. I promised to tour the garage in my room, so let's go do that. But first, I've got a few updates to give you guys. So May 15th was the last day of me being in school, doing schoolwork and stuff like that. Now there are still a few things to do, but pretty much done with school. Which means, yeah, why do I do this to myself? Yeah, graduation happens here in like a few days or so, but I've got everything I need, my cap and gown, along with my tassels. I don't know why they sent me 3, but that works. I also plan to quit working at Walmart here pretty soon and start applying at other places because I'm getting a little tired of just working there. And I also plan to hopefully start posting more long form content for you guys, because I'll be honest, it's been pretty bad. And with school being gone, I can finally focus a little more on making videos for you guys and stuff like that. I've also got a bunch of projects that are waiting for the 4Runner, from lights, from some bit of exhaust, and a bunch of like other like little projects I need to do on the 4Runner, which I had a really hard time trying to even get to because of school. Now without further ado, let's get to this tour. Starting off with the bed, it's a pretty simple setup, mattress on a wood frame. And then coming up here, I've got the American flag up here with a kind of like a finished puzzle, finished a long time ago. Along with, got a bunch of just little trinkets up here. I've got stickers, Matchbox, and Hot Wheels up here. My sunglasses, I've got literally just that full of change. Got this here, which mind you is not sharpened. Like, I can run my finger and it's not gonna cut me. Then we have one of my Lego cars here. We got a picture of a tiger. I don't know why I still have that there. Now, an interesting story behind this Thunderbird little manual is that the current house my grandma's living in, we went through the kind of garage and we found that, which I decided to take with me since she would have just tossed it anyways. But along with that, my brother had found a little airsoft gun, like a pretty old one, pretty pricey now too. Also, a little thing with this flag is it's helpful because it hides all the wires for the LED strips. They go all the way around here, but I don't have anything to hide the wires over there really, unfortunately. If we come down further, now I'm not opening those two because that's what a bunch of my more personal stuff like tax evasion, birth certificate, and stuff like that. And then down here, most of these are filled with just random stuff. I've got some travel bags in this one here, some kind of random stuff in this one. I've got kind of like working stuff and like little materials and stuff like that in there. And then on this side, it's the same, pretty much the same story. I've got the boxes for just about each of those Lego sets here. And then yeah, the rest are random crap. I'm moving to the closet, so right back in there, there's kind of a little model engine that's sat there for a while. And this here, this is the box to the current head unit in the 4Runner. But right now the old radio sits in there just in case if I ever sell it and I put that one back in, or for whatever reason their price goes way up and I can make a little bit of money off of that. Then we have this model car and this model car, which I've built in a stream, and then I built part of this one in a live as well. This one I've had for quite some time now. It's beat up and everything because I've torn it apart. This one I pretty recently acquired. These the frames that were to that iPad project, but then they fell off the wall, and yeah, it's been kind of unhold. And then of course I've got my cap and gown, and then my suit back there. Then come down here, we have the dart blaster back there. We have just a bunch of extra materials from building Speed Demon. And then it's probably too dark, but there's some roll of wrapping paper there. And then there's this corner where just tons and tons of masses of model cars here. This is also the resting point where Speed Demon sits. And I have made a reference video of why he faces the corner, because I am not a big fan of being stared at while trying to fall asleep, if you know what I mean. Also, this box is just a bunch of random crap that I probably haven't touched in forever as well. Now it's over here to the desk, which I've got, of course, the computer where I do all the work. I've got a few succulent plants which kind of get moved around which way around my room. Some of the fur for Speed Demon. I've also got the rest of the materials here for that, along with this, which I'll use to set on here when I want to do cutting or any kind of like whatever. And then this, that's what that was supposed to be, but then I had to switch it up because that wood's kind of bowed. Let me show you. So essentially it's bowed, so it likes to spin, which is kind of hard to work on, but also over time that's going to scratch this surface, which is why this is here, to prevent that from happening from me working on it. Then we come down here. I've got the chair. I have it set like that just for spatial purposes, because when the chair is out, it's a little hard to kind of walk by. I do kind of have a set point where I like to have it sitting. We come down here, we have a bunch of stuff here. This is the ring light along with this tripod. I have this little drawer set here. I don't know if you can see very much in there, but that's supposed to be the storing stuff, but I have yet to use it for storing anything. Of course, we have the leather Lego car sitting here. Now this here is, I forgot the first one, which is a bunch of the just camera equipment. Then I have the second drawer, which is a bunch of like electronic stuff or any kind of extras. And then third drawer is all my like kind of tools, and I've got the extra Legos and like some just extra stuff sitting in here and stuff like that. If I lift this blind up, we have a bit of a Virginia creeper that's sitting on the screen. I need to get that pulled off and rerouted to go down because I don't want this all blocked out and everything. But yeah, I'm sure you all are familiar with this. It appears in a bunch of videos along with the cone. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So, other than that, let's move to the garage. Real quick thing, this is like kind of still in progress of being like properly organized and everything like that, so it's gonna look like quite the mess. But yeah, starting off, like the first thing you're great with is my dad's 300, which this is the garage it was parked in. My mom parks her car in the other garage, and then the TRX is parked up on the driveway. So this right here is essentially just a bunch of parts to my car, you know, the wide fender, some body filler, just a bunch of random parts and all that. And then this rack is mostly a bunch of random parts, but also a bunch of other random stuff like light bar. There's a bunch of suspension pieces up there. This here, that's the box my current grill came in, but right now it's currently holding my old one in there just to kind of for safekeeping. got some tools, just kind of random crap there. That I've actually is a dash piece to my car. I switched it out for a full black one, but I'm thinking I might switch it back to this one and then wrap this one black because, yeah. And then right over here we have more random stuff. We have this. We still need to get put up. I don't know why we took it down. Well, actually we took it down because we painted that wall white, but the thing is well, there's some decent amount of paint, but it's not enough to completely paint this whole garage white. Now down here we have a bunch of brake rotors along with there as well. There's kind of just more random stuff. This here is my tool set, a bunch of just basic tools, ratchets, wrenches, and like screwdriver stuff. We have a creeper here. I believe that's what it's called. I'm not entirely sure, but that's just helpful for moving around in their vehicles and stuff like that. Now we have this toolbox, which is kind of like the main toolbox that holds most of them. So we have that one over there, and then that, which is supposed to be a trolley, but oh well. Yeah, we have the batteries up here. We have ratcheting wrenches right here. And then there's just kind of a bunch of stuff, wrenches, sockets, everything. Now moving over here, we have that, which is essentially just a rug and like some kind of like underlayment for the rug. That's mainly to either soak things up or as kind of a cushion to sit on. We got the vacuum here. We've got our air compressor. We also got a bunch of like bike stuff that's overhead of the air compressor, just, you know, for reasons. And then here we have a bunch of totes. This is actually my tripod that I use now. This is actually for a laser level, but I just started using that. But yeah, essentially that's got car parts, that's got car parts. Wow, full of car parts, full of car parts, full of car parts. And you guessed it, more car parts down there. We've got a little bit of more of a mess here, but we got some snow things there. We've got, I've still got the box to the light bar just in case. Extra axle that was off of my dad's last truck, I believe. Then these are old wheels and tires. I don't know if you can see any wheel there, but because these are what's on it now. These were what were on there before, but then there was a little bit of a wreck and it ended up with most of the wheels being destroyed. My dad decided he wanted to save these just because they're in the best shape, so yeah. Now moving on over here to the trolley area. Still quite the mess, but like in general we've got a bunch of rags down there. We have, this is actually our electrical box here. We have a drip pan there, our nice trusty seat, and then this here was a toolbox my uncle had, but then he didn't need anymore because he got rid of his truck he had when he had that in there. But now is what my brother is going to use as a toolbox. And then we of course got a trash can there. So these cabinets, these giant green cabinets, this one here is kind of just holding helmets. This one is an old one that my dad ended up wrecking on. This one's another one that's an old helmet, but like that one's kind of used for whenever we're, well. Then we move over to this cabinet, which is a bunch of fuel jugs and empty, of course. We would not store gas jugs like that if they're filled. And then we have some extra toolboxes up there. And if we move down here, this is where we leave a bunch of our big tools. Like we got the jack, we have another one here, and the funny thing is that jack we really don't touch anymore because of the fact that it's old, and so it can't let a vehicle down slowly, and it's kind of scary. We got jack stands. It's very dark in there, just forgot. Some lift blocks, more jack stands. We've got a whole collection of sledgehammers, clamps, of course all our power tools here. We got this, which is meant for so you can stick some little metal pins into a body and pull the panel out to pull a dent out. Heat gun, some more clamps. That's where a bunch of hammers are supposed to be, but they've kind of gone missing over time, along with some where those are supposed to be tape measures. And we still have a bunch of wall space to kind of fill here, but yeah. Now this cabinet is probably our most organized. We have essentially fluids, no extra like oil and like any kinds of fluids. We have like a bunch of extra lighting, which is kind of get mixed up with some stuff here. And then here we have a bunch, we have of course this stuff, but we have a bunch of like just extra parts. We have manuals there. And then we come down here, we have more fluids, but like these ones are less of oil and more like antifreeze. We have windshield washer fluid. We've got some chains here, and then we have some like empty bottles back there, along with some, of course, zip ties. Moving to this toolbox. This is Dad's new skid plate. Still needs to be put on. We have a vise right here, which comes very handy indeed. We got a drawer that's mostly a bunch of just random stuff, but I generally try and keep it like a bunch of the light stuff like pens, some safety glasses, stuff like that. Then come down here, there's more power tools or like just general, yeah, bigger cut types of tools in here. Now I have this cabinet, which originally was not here, but we hung up because it was a much better spot where we could leave all our cleaning, stuff like that. It's mostly organized. We got our wheel stuff, general cleaning, we've got glass, interior cleaning. Then we have like a bunch of paint repair stuff like that there. We got some like heavier cleaners down there. Then we have right over here where we keep all the tools. Like we got our detailing brushes up there. We have this, which really isn't used because these pads are gone and done for. Microfiber towels, we've got our grit guard right there. Now this cabinet's got a bunch of stuff on top of it as well. We have a microscope there, I don't know why in here, a tackle box. This was an old lunch box my dad had. This is actually the steering wheel that was on one of my dad's old car that we still have today. A little old Coca-Cola crate. And then of course we have a bunch of plates hanging up there as well. Now last little bit of the tour, this is kind of the boring corner. I've got skid plates to my car. We got a stick welder dumps in there. We got my mom's snowboard sitting here with some shelving pieces up there. Brooms, brush. We've had this sitting here for a long time. It's kind of just sat there. We've got a welding helmet, and then we got a vacuum along with 2 buckets that we store a bunch of our like antifreeze or any oil and stuff like that. This here, I'm not too sure what my dad's plan is, but I think it's to turn it into an undercarriage car cleaner, you know, so we can wash the undercarriages of all our cars and stuff like that. Yeah, that's about it of kind of what's in my room and what's in the garage. If you guys have any questions and all, feel free to comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Some of you guys might remember the quick little video I did on this one, this sheet of plastic here. So, per request of a subscriber,